Hi everyone, my name is Dov Hershkovitz and I'm the Senior Product Manager for the APM team in GitLab. And this is the kickoff video for 13.2. So let's get going. To start with goals of the milestone. So goal number one, focus on C metric in dashboard section as a part of our monitoring roadmap. So we do have a roadmap that is listed on our handbook. And we've grouped this roadmap into several steps. And in this iteration, we'll start working on the C metric in dashboard. So to check out the roadmap and the associated issues. Goal number two, and this is something that we are doing for the last 4 to 5 iterations already. Continue to close gaps to allow our internal team to dogfood our metrics. And here we would like to clone multiple Grafana dashboard, and there is an issue that I'm going to show. We are planning to clone several Grafana dashboard, which were identified by the info team, and ideally would like them to start dogfooding it so we can get more feedback and identify the critical gaps. And lastly, we have several customer enhancements around metrics and logging. So let's get going. Item number one, support alerting for custom dashboard. This is a rather old issue more than a year ago, but still very, very relevant. And basically what we would like is to support alerting on custom dashboard. Today, we support alerting on the default dashboard and on the custom metrics that are on the default dashboard. So on custom dashboard, we do not support that. And this is something that I'm very happy that we are starting to work on. Issue number two, customer complaint. It appears that Kubernetes in version 1.16 breaks the default monitoring dashboard. So we have a dedicated engineer to look into that. Issue number three, this is the one that I've explained on the intro, part of our goal. We identify several dashboards, and you can see the list of the dashboard here. Those are the dashboards. And we want to clone them, and then we would like our internal team to start dogfooding it so we can identify additional gaps. Back to the issue. Issue number 4, public metric dashboard, throw 404. When a user is logged in. In the previous iteration, we've built the ability to configure a dashboard that will be publicly accessible. This is also part of our dogfooding metric effort. However, it seems that the public dashboard still throw 404 when the user is not logged in, so we need to look into that. Next one is to display metric label value in single state panel. This is also a dogfooding activity. And in one of the dashboards that we try to clone by one of our release managers, it appears that they'd like to see a metric label value instead of a number. So I capture a screenshot so you can see they are actually want to see, instead of the numbers, they want to see a name, a value, a name or a value. And there is an example of a query, and we want to display this on the panel value, and we are seeing just the number. So we need to fix that. Next one. Next one is on the metric dashboard. We want to allow users to customize their metric chart for the landing page. Normally, when you logged into our metric page, you will hit the default dashboard. We know that some users like to create their own dashboard. Sometimes the default dashboard is not relevant. So we ideally would like our users to be able to customize their landing page. Issue number 7, date format of time series X. axis should adapt the total time range. I think that the picture here can demonstrate. So you can see that when I'm selecting, by the way, this is also one of the dogfooding activities outcome. So when I'm selecting a chart which spans across multiple days, you can see that I don't see the date, I just see the time. It's very inconvenient. Number 8 is a spike around chart type builder. So as we expand the ability to build different charts, we would like our user to have some sort of a preview button. So they'll be able to see what the dashboard will look like. Today, the current experience is that user create a dashboard, he set up his query, and then he pray that the query is correct, and they'll be able to see the right metric in the dashboard. And they would like to create some sort of a preview. So this will help our user to create the right dashboard. Sometimes you don't know how the dashboard will look like, and you try different queries. And today what users are doing is that they are going to Prometheus and do that from Prometheus, but still the chart you see in Prometheus is not exactly the chart that you see on our metric page, because we have different visualization and different types of charting capabilities. So ideally, we would like to provide some sort of a preview button, and this is a spike issue for that. Number 9 is also a spike issue to decouple environment from metrics. It appears that in order for our user to set up their dashboard, their metric dashboard, they need to set up environments. And sometimes this is not the case. For instance, if I'm using a manual Prometheus, I don't have an environment. Sometimes environments, the metric dashboard inherit different parameters from the environment, and basically we want to decouple those two. The next one is around the self-monitoring dashboard. So in GitLab, we have the self-monitoring project as a project that monitor GitLab instance. We have a default dashboard for that, which is a specific and customized dashboard for our users, and would like to have the ability for the users to edit the button, the dashboard. So we need to fix that right now. Edit button is throwing an error because it's a default dashboard. You cannot edit the default dashboard. So what we'll need to do is to change it to be like to remove the edit button and change it to be a duplicate of dashboard. So user can take this out of the box dashboard, this templated dashboard, clone it, and then create their own dashboard out of it. Issue number 11, implementation issue for exposing GitLab managed apps logs. This is around logging, and this is one of our customers asked us to do that. So today, our log explorer only surface logs of the deployed application. However, we know that in a cluster, there are more applications and components that are not only a part of the application. So for instance, users can deploy Nginx, users can deploy they want to see their file logs, they want to see their Kubernetes logs, their cluster logs, and more into that. So this implementation issue actually expands the capability of us showing all the logs that are coming out of the cluster versus only the application logs. Issue number 12, single chart should use the full length of the screen. It's the one here. You can see when I have a single chart on the dashboard, you can see that there is a lot of white space here, and ideally we want to make it look something like that so we can use the full size of the page. Keyboard shortcut is a leftover from 13.1, a deliverable which we missed, and basically allow the user to do quick actions with a keyboard. Issue number 14, this is also a customer requirement for some reason. are not able to see metrics in the dashboard, and it looks a bit suspicious. Issue number 15. This is the implementation issue for dashboard action. There are multiple dashboard actions that we've mapped in this design issue, and obviously we need to break it down. But for instance, we want to add a setting button, so it will be easy for the user to change different settings such as UTC, time, and more. We want to have a way for our user to create a new dashboard from the UI. And we want to distinct action for, and separate distinct action for like custom and default dashboard. We know that there are actions that we can do in custom dashboard and not in default dashboard. So we want to have like a clear separation and basically move things around so you can look more in the design issue. It will probably be break down into several implementation issues. Not sure we'll be able to do all of them in a single iteration. Lastly, this is also part of the dogfooding activities to engage to our single stat panel type. Yeah, it's straightforward. That's it. Hope you find this useful. Bye-bye.